Good evening friends, welcome to JDC India YouTube live classes and come fast. I hope you would have got the notifications, so come fast so that we can start the classes. So on the thumbnail you would have seen the constructor topic we are going to discuss. What we are going to discuss today? Constructor. And in the last class also I have discussed the constructor and that only. We have discussed what is that we have discussed now. Constructors we have discussed here on the means yesterday class we have discussed the constructor. So today also I am going to continue. What I am going to continue, that is the constructors. Constructor I am going to continue here. What is that? Constructor I am going to continue. Fine. So constructor, you can say that it is part 2. So if you are getting any questions on the constructor, if you are getting any doubt related to the constructor and all other sort of things, you can please ask your questions. If you have any questions, any doubts from the constructor, you can please ask. Any questions? Fine. So yesterday I was talking about the use of constructor and what all the different types of constructors we could write inside a class. About all that different kind of concepts I was discussing here, right? That what is the exactly type of constructor, how it is going to be processed, and that is one I have written here, and by using that we were discussing it, right? As well we have seen. So here one question again, if I'll ask you one question about the constructor, when exactly a constructor can be processed? When exactly a constructor can be processed? We are talking about when a constructor can be processed. Let's see here. If I am writing a class here, what is that? If I am writing a class and the name of that class, something I am writing here, hello. And inside this class, if I will write here one constructor I have written, this is one constructor I have written, and this particular constructor what I have written here is, the particular constructor whatever I have written here is, again it is a different, it's a default constructor you can say, or without any constructor, without any parameter. Constructor without any parameter, we can call this one as, fine. We are calling it as a constructor without any parameter. This particular one we are calling it as a constructor without any parameter inside this case. Well, so here again in these cases here, what next we are going to write here is, or let's say I am writing one more parameterized constructor here. What is that I have written now? So here now constructor without any parameter, and here I am writing constructor with parameter, or in another form what I can say here is one parameterized constructor. What is that? One parameterized constructor we are calling this one as. So my question is out of these two different types of constructor, which is default constructor, that is one parameterized constructor, or constructor without any parameter, or constructor with parameter, these all constructor, when exactly it is going to be processed? My question is that. So see, first of all, constructors will be processed automatically whenever you create any object of a class. Whenever you are creating any object of a class, then only constructors are going to be processed. If you are not creating any object of a class, if you are not doing anything, then constructors are not going to be processed. Remember that point. Again I am repeating, when constructor can be processed. So whenever you will create any object of a class, then only this constructor is going to be processed. So say for example here I am writing hello h1 is equal to new of hello I have written here. What I am writing? I have created one object. What I have done? I have created one object. Here now, whenever I am creating this object, so see here, now it depends that what parameters you have given here into this. Now if you have passed any type of parameter, anything when you have given here, then at the time of object creation that corresponding parameterized constructor will be processed. So here as such you have not given any parameter. If you have not given any parameter in this case, so what it is going to do, it is going to process this default constructor. What it is going to process now? This is going to process the default constructor. It is going to process exactly, that is the default constructor it is going to process, correct? Now at the same time, now if I am writing here hello h2 is equal to new hello, I am writing here h2 is equal to new hello, I have written here 1 2 3 something I am writing hello h2 is equal to new hello, I am writing inside this. So this is going to process one parameterized constructor. What it is going to process now? One parameterized constructor. Guys, remember this point. It is going to process what? One parameterized constructor, because you have passed one parameter here and the value you have passed. Now when you are passing this value, so this value 1 2 3 is going inside this corresponding one. It is going into that one, and then only it is going to be process this particular type of constructor into this. Correct? It is going to process this constructor, and the value 1 2 3, whatever you are passing here, this is going to come inside this A, and now whatever you want you can do here of that corresponding value inside this. Is it fine now? So here I hope it is clear to you that what all things are going on into this. Now one more thing guys here, that what will happen, see, in order to understand the constructor processing, and its internal functionality of different members of different members of a class, which is an instance variable, static variable, blocks, variables and constructor. See, you need to understand what all the different processing steps which is available while processing these constructors here, right? So I'll do one thing here. I'll do one thing here. What is that now? A question is, or a very simple question is, what will happen when you are trying to create the object of a class? Good evening to all of you. गाइज थोड़ा सा आप लोग इसे शेयर करो और बाकी की चीज़ें में करो. आप अगर जो कॉलेज वाले हैं एटलीस्ट अपने कॉलेज ग्रुप में थोड़ा सा आप शेयर करो, है ना, क्योंकि बीच में थोड़ी सी क्लासेस नहीं हुई थी. आई अंडरस्टैंड इट, बट अभी थोड़ा सा देखो, आप लोग बहुत कम लोग लाइव देख रहे हो, और इतने लोग लाइव देख रहे हो तो सिंस क्या होता है कि अगर आप रात में आपके लिए क्लासेस लिए जा रहे हैं, है ना, और बाकी की चीज़ें की जा रही हैं, तो उसमें थोड़ा सा एक डिमोटिवेट होता है आदमी और फिर अपना बेस्ट नहीं दे पाता है ना. क्योंकि अगर सिंस यूट्यूब पे ये क्लासेस लाइव चल रही हैं, सो इन दिस ओनली वन थिंग विच इज गोइंग टू मोटिवेट अस हियर, द मोटिवेशन फैक्टर. हर जगह कुछ ना कुछ मोटिवेशन फैक्टर होता है ना. आपका मोटिवेशन फैक्टर ये है कि आपको घर बैठे कुछ पढ़ाई करने को मिल जा रहा है ना. हमारा मोटिवेशन फैक्टर ये है कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग अपने कंफर्ट जोन में हमें देख रहे हैं. हमारे लिए वो मोटिवेशन है कि कितने लोग लाइव वॉचिंग हैं, है ना. तो अभी थोड़ा सा बहुत सही नहीं जा रहा है, एंड अगर ऐसे जाएगा तो हम लोग फिर क्लासेस को वी विल ट्राई नॉट टू कंटिन्यू इट, बिकॉज ऑल ऑफ सडन आई डोंट नो कि कहाँ सब लोग चले गए हैं इसमें. एंड ये और देखो एक बात और है कि जब आप पढ़ाई करते हो, सिंस पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, तो इसमें पढ़ाई की ही बातें ज्यादातर की जा सकती हैं। कुछ लोग ऐसे आ जा रहे हैं जो कुछ भी शेयर करते हैं या फिर बाकी के कमेंट करते हैं, ठीक है, एनीवेज हम लोग उनको इग्नोर करते हैं। बट आप लोग तो इसमें एकदम टॉपिक बाय टॉपिक चल रही है क्लासेस। हाँ, थोड़ा सा इंफॉर्मेशंस नहीं रहते हैं कभी कभी, और उसकी वजह से कुछ क्लासेस नहीं हो पाई, है ना। बट हाँ, अब भी रेगुलर हो चुका है ना। एंड आप थोड़ा सा आप इसमें हेल्प करो कि शेयर करो, क्योंकि चीजें बढ़ेंगी तो हमें भी अच्छा लगेगा, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग देखेंगे तो हमें भी सही लगेगा। थोड़ा लाइव क्वेश्चन आंसर्स ज्यादा होते हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम आपको कैमरा के सामने पढ़ा रहे हैं, कैमरे के सामने खड़ा होकर पढ़ा रहे हैं, ठीक है। और हम लोग यहाँ पे देखते हैं कि कितने लोग लाइव देख रहे हैं या नहीं देख रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो सिंस थोड़ा सा आप, अगर आप सब लोगों को लगता है कि ठीक है हमसे क्या मतलब, हम लोग तो देख ले रहे हैं या ऐसा कुछ है, ठीक है, आप देख ले रहे हो, बट एक टाइम ऐसा आएगा कि आप भी नहीं देख पाओगे उन चीजों को, और फिर आपके लिए भी वो बंद हो जाएंगी चीजें, है ना। तो इस वजह से थोड़ा सा आप भी इसमें, आपको भी हेल्प करना चाहिए। एंड क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोग कॉलेज के हो, अगर कॉलेज वाले हो तो थोड़ा सा आप अपने ग्रुप वगैरह में, फेसबुक वगैरह पे थोड़ा सा शेयर करते हो तो एक सबको अच्छा होता है ना। चलिए कोई नहीं। सो वी आर नाउ गोइंग इनटू दैट। फर्स्ट वी विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट विल हैपन when we try to create any object of a class. What is that? What is going to happen whenever we are trying to create any object of a class? What is that? First, let's see first inside this. We are writing a class. Here I am writing a class, and the name of the class here is the hello I have written. What is that name I have written? Hello is the name of the class I have written. I hope you are getting it, right? So hello is the name of the class I have written, and keep on commenting if you are getting any question, if you are getting any doubt, any sort of things you are getting, keep on writing it in the comment, like it, share it, at least आप वीडियो को लाइक भी कर दो, है ना। तो ये सारी चीजें आप थोड़ा सा आपके एंड पे है, तो आप इसको, so see, I have written one what? Class. I have written one class. And see, in order to understand the constructor processing, it is mandatory for you to understand what will happen at the time of object creation. And I am not just telling you the constructor, I am trying to clear the each and every concepts related to the constructor, and while processing the constructor what all things are happening, that everything I am trying to make it clear inside this, guys. Okay, so here you see, first I'll write here int of a is equal to 0. I'm just declaring what I'm declaring, a different members of a class I am declaring, right? So here one, what I have done, a is equal to 10 I have declared. Second one, now static int b is equal to 20 I have declared. One more instance block I have declared. Instance block I have declared. Here one more static block I have declared. Static block I am writing. Now inside this itself I am writing few more things. And what is that few more things I am writing here? It's a default constructor, guys. I am writing. What is that I am writing now? Default constructor here. So see here, a constructor I have written. Constructor I have written. Now one more constructor I am writing here, which is int of a1. That is one parameterized constructor I have written. Hope so all of these things are visible to all of you, right? It is visible, correct? So here in general I have written what? Instance variables, static variable, instance block, static block, and few different types of constructors I have written into this. See, it's a very, very important point from the prospect of interviews, guys. It is a very, very important point from the prospect of interviews inside this. So you should all understand this, and if you understand these concepts, then further things you are going to understand in a very easy manner, very proper manner, correct? So let's go into the another process. So here what I'm doing now, I'm now creating one object of a class. So see what I'm doing here. Hello of h1 is equal to, I'm writing here, see, first new of hello I have created. Hello of h1 is equal to new of hello I am creating. This is one object I have created. Hello of h1 is equal to new of hello I have written, guys. Correct it is? I hope you are getting it. Fine. So when you are getting all these things, guys, please keep on liking the video. Like थोड़ा सा करते जाओ. अगर कुछ और नहीं कर सकते हो तो like तो कम से कम कर दिया करो, है ना? Okay. तो चलो इसमें अब देखते हैं. First thing I am creating. So see, understand करना इसको अच्छे से. जब भी whenever you are trying to create any object, following things are being done internally. Following things are being done internally. What all these things are? Inside this now, first I'll write this one. Abhi Kumar, we will make video on every topic. I am saying every topic. All of the topics we are going to make the video. But again, I'll say that you all should support us, you can say. If you will support us, we will tell you, you will get a lots of content. First thing, there for everything there is a condition. You all should support. Support in the sense, at least make some awareness that in a technical one, step-by-step live classes which is going on, you all can come and attend that classes, correct? So every topic we will, and anyways, in out of all that, whichever topic you all are interested, you want the videos on that corresponding topic, write in the chat box. I will definitely make videos on that topics and upload on this YouTube, and definitely you will be getting. So whatever topics you are thinking in mind that no, this topic videos should come, write in the comment box, and I'll be uploading the videos on that corresponding topics. Okay, now, so here at present what we are discussing is that at the time of creating the object of a class, what all things are happening internally, what all things are happening internally into this case. So the one I am creating this object, second one is this one. See, I am giving the numbering here, guys. I am giving the numbering and hope so it is visible to all of you, correct? So one is this one, second is this one. Again here, third one is this. See, these all numbers I am giving, that whenever we are creating any object of a class, following things are going to happen. Now again, this is the fourth one. Here is the fourth one, correct? This is the fourth one I have written here, fine. And after writing the fourth, here again I'll write the fifth one. Okay. Okay. So you see here, whenever you are creating any object of a class, guys, again, keep it in mind, an important interview question, important interview things, that whenever you are creating any object of a class, again I am saying, whenever you are creating any object of a class, 5 things are going to happen. What all things are going to happen? 5 things internally it is going to do at the time of object creation. What is that 5 things it is going to do? So number 1, here you see that all of these points I am explaining one by one. The number 1 point, what it is going to do. See here, it will allocate memory for first thing. First here, see this numbering you can just relate here. This numbering here I have given, same thing I am writing inside this also, correct? So the first thing is, here is I am writing hello of h1 I am writing into this. Is it okay? When I am writing hello of h1 inside this, so see here, h1 is what here? For first, what it is going to do, it will allocate memory for h1. It will allocate memory for h1. Oh, thank you, Abhi Kumar. Okay, so h1 I am what I am doing now. h1 I am writing here, and in this now, for h1 is a reference variable, so for all that 8 byte of memory will be allocated. How much memory will be allocated? 8 byte of memory will be allocated for this, correct? And now once the 8 byte of memory is being allocated, 8 byte of memory is being allocated for this. So inside this by default null will be assigned. Is it okay? And it's a very simple steps, because generally at the fresher level students and even in the working students also, they miss these concepts here. First, now I am talking about second one first, okay? Second concepts I am talking. And one more thing. Before starting this, before starting the things what I have told here, whenever a JVM looks at this line, which line? Hello h1 is equal to new hello. So first it checks, what it checks? Whether the class hello has been loaded or not. Whether this class hello which is there has been loaded internally or not. If it's been loaded here, it's well and good. If not loaded, it will try to load that class once again. If it's not been loaded, then it will try to load that class once again into that case. Correct here? So inside this, what I have written now, hello h1 I am writing, and in this case hello h1 is equal to something called as the new hello I have written, and something like that we are doing it inside this. Correct? Now in this here, what is the further thing I am trying to do now? Second, so see, first thing, allocates memory for the reference variable, and for any type of reference variable 8 byte of memory will be allocated. For any type of reference variable 8 byte of memory will be allocated into this. Now in this second step is, see, in the second step, memory for instance member of a class will be allocated. Instance variable will be allocated. Second step. It is a second step. Memory for the instance variable will be allocated. So see here at present what we have, a, and inside this what value we have given? 10. So for this 10 value will be assigned. Second step. Not only the a, if you have written n number of instance variables inside the class, if you have written n number of instance variables inside the class, so for all that 10 instance variables, memory which is there will be allocated into the heap memory. Correct it is? Now next one here, next one inside this case, third important point what I am writing is, see here, which one? So see, second one is this one, okay? Notice this point. Now third point here, what is the third point here? That instance block processing. Instance blocks which is there will be processed. In this case, third one is the instance blocks will be processed. Fine. And again, the fourth point what I will say, the fourth point what I am saying is, see here, guys, understand, here is your point of constructor. See, here is the fourth one, correct? So now it is getting the chance of for the processing of this constructor. So which constructor? Here you have not passed any type of parameter. What you have not done? You have not passed any type of parameter. So now what it is going to do, here is, it is going to process, you can say, the default constructor of a class, And why I am saying default constructor? Because you have not passed anything over here. You have not given any value over here. If you will provide any value, if you will provide any parameter, then in that case that corresponding constructor is going to be processed. If you haven't provided any value, then it is not going to process that corresponding constructor of a class. Well, I hope you are getting it, right? So here in this case, the fourth one is constructor processing. Constructor is going to be processed, and by doing all these things, at the fifth step, you can say, by doing all these things, the 1, 2, 3, 4, it has created one object of a class. What it has done? it has created one object of the class. So by creating that object, where this object will be created, this object which is there will be created inside, guys, inside the heap memory. Any type of object, any time, whenever you create any kind of object, that object always and always going to get memory into the heap memory. Where it is going to get memory? Inside the heap memory, it is going to get the memory inside this, correct? Now, associated with this here, so this object in heap memory, object it is going to allocate into the heap memory, right? And now this reference will be assigned into the H1. This reference will be assigned inside the H1. Are you getting my point? This reference which is there will be assigned inside the H1. So any doubt inside this? Any questions in this? Once have a look here. Have a look. What all the different things? No, it is not calling any constructor. Default constructor is not calling any constructor, and even you cannot call the constructor. I am not saying here is the calling, and no, at present it is not calling any constructor. Default constructor is not calling any constructor. So here I have shown you what is that. At the time of object creation, following steps it is taking place in order to create any object, right? It is just in order to create one object, it is taking place the following things here. Is that clear to all of you? Now you would have observed one more thing, guys. What you would have observed one more thing, that this constructor processing, when it is coming and before processing the constructor of a class, what all internal things are happening and what we should be getting the output while processing the constructor. If we have all the sort of things inside our class, then this should be the order of processing of a constructor, correct? It is. So we'll do one more thing. Let's have a example on the basis of all these different things here, right? Let me all these different concepts and the one what I have explained on the basis of all that things. Let me explain you one example here, so that you can understand what is the flow and processing of all these sort of things. Okay, let me do here. Now you see here one more thing. I'm writing one class and something called as the name of this class I'm writing, and in between if you are getting any questions, guys, you can please write in the chat box. I'll be responding to that. If you are getting any kind of questions, any kind of doubts, you can please ask. I'll just answer to you. So here I'm writing int, int b I'm writing, and int c is equal to, let's say I'm writing 30. So make it that is the static here I'm making it, correct? It is. Is it okay? I am making it here, that is the static I am making it inside these cases. Is that okay? Now, again here, we will go it into the different way, different forms we are making it inside this case, correct? So here in this one itself, I am making one more thing here. One instance block I have written. What is that I have written? One instance block, guys, I have written into this, and we will understand what is going to happen in this case. System dot out dot, which one now? Print ln I am writing, and well, one second. Okay, so here I am writing ib in which class now? Class hello I am writing here, right? ib in hello I am writing here. This is ib in hello something I am writing. Instance block something called as the hello I have written here. Fine. At the same time, now one more thing, let's make it that is the static I am making it here, and well I am writing sb in class called as the hello. So one I have written here. What is that I have written now? One I have written instance block. Second one what I am writing is the static block I am writing. Okay, now you see here one method I'll write here, void of show method. Well I am writing, and You can just have a look on all these sort of things here. So well, I'll write here show inside class hello. I'm writing here that is the show inside class hello. And okay, now I'll do one more thing. Dot out dot println. Inside this now A I am writing, and associated with A as well as the B. These both of the things I am writing here. B as well as the C I am writing here. Okay. This is the following things. A, B, C I have written inside this. A, B, C I have written guys here. Correct? A, B, C I have written here. Okay. Now apart from this now, I am writing few constructors here. See, one I am writing here a default constructor. See, I'll just show you it's a processing of a constructor. So here I am writing default constructor in class in which one now? In hello I am writing. This is one constructor well I have written. Now you see here your constructor concepts are going to be completely clear guys. Completely it is going to be clear for here. You will not be having any doubt today in the constructor, correct? And here I am writing there is one parameter, and see here it's an A I have written. I am writing here A inside this case. A here, so well let me write here println, and inside this now one parameterized constructor in class called as the hello I am doing here inside this, correct? So hello I have written one parameterized constructor inside the class hello. That's what I have written into this. Pramod Prajapati, your question I will answer in the topic called as inheritance, and these all things are going to come into that topic, correct? These all things are going to come. And guys, one more thing, from today onwards on the JTC India channel, today onwards for every class I will create an event. Correct? And what you can do is you can just click on that notification of that corresponding event, so that whenever that event will be live, you all will be notified, especially in that case, correct? It is. So you just check which class, means all the schedules will be there on the YouTube live YouTube channel, and on that you can click whichever classes you wanted to continue. And now again few of the more important classes are going to come into that. Okay, now here guys, see inside this case I have written few things here. So now I am doing one thing. I'll write one more class JTC, and let's say I'm writing something 20, any just numbers I have given into this, and public here inside this string arg I am giving here. So I have given here like this, and now here I am first. Okay, now you say here one thing. Let's see here, these all different classes, these members what you have written here are different sort of members you are writing. So I'll do one thing here. What is that I'm going to do first? I am just trying to load this class. I'm just trying to load this class. I'm not creating at present any object for this class, and hope you all should understand this point what I'm explaining to you here. What is that? So if, well, I'm writing here, see here with the name of class hello.c I am writing here. Okay, and now, well, I'll be saving this example by JTC 20 dot Java I'm writing, and as I have saved it here inside this. Okay, now when I have done all this sort of things, when I'm doing these different kinds of concepts into this here, so you see one thing, what is happening inside this, what is going to be done in these cases here. What is this now? First, say here, instance variables are there, static variables are there, static blocks are there, constructors are there, different types of constructors are available now. Associated with this, there is one method is available, and now what I have done here, I have just trying to load the class into the main memory into that, correct? I am just trying to load the class into the main memory inside this case here. So I am doing here few more important things into this, correct? What is that few more important things as I am going to do now? E I am writing, CD, and here that is the live class I am writing inside this, correct? So I have just got into the playlist of that corresponding one, the YouTube live classes, this playlist I have got it into this, and inside this one, what as I am just trying to do in these cases, you should understand again in this quiz here, okay? So well, I'll be again explaining to this point. What is that now? See here, I'm writing Java C, and which is now JTC, which is 20.Java I'll be writing inside this. I have written here, okay, well, now there is some mistakes, there is some error into this. See, at the time of compilation we are getting some error. So first let's solve this error. Where is the error? Static block we have written, instance block, okay. So this, we should not write this semicolon, that was the mistake here, okay. Guys, keep on commenting if you are getting any questions, any doubt in this, you can just, okay. So here you see, in this particular example, what I am trying to do is just trying to load this class. Which class? That's the hello class. I'm trying to load it inside this, okay. Now when I'm trying to load this class hello here, so what will happen in this case, guys? Here you see that what is going to happen. So it's in JTC 20.20. Well, I'm writing here the Java something inside this. There is no compilation error at all. There is no compilation error inside this, correct? It is okay. Well, I'll do one more thing here. Here, if you want to see that here, that how things are being processed in this case is here. So you see here, you must notice one thing, guys. If you would have done in the verbose option in the previous versions of Java, if you would have done all these things, what you will find that the modular concept was not there. Modular concepts was not there here, right? This is introduced from the JDK 9. These modules you will see you are getting here. What is that now? Different like modules JDK dot means n number of different modules you are getting here, correct? It is, and this is one of the very important concept in case of Java, which is introduced from JDK 1.9. Previously what we were having, JRE files we were having, correct? That is rt.jar. And if you notice, like let's say if you have in your system JDK 1.5 or 1.6 or 1.7, even 1.8, in all of the cases what you will find that is loading from rt.jar and something like that it is giving into this. So this is what the things are happening inside this, correct? Now you see here, this is loading the, okay, well, lastly what you will find, this is the different kind of, you can say, it's been generated here, that is the dot class file has been generated. So well, now I'll be going into the another way. What is that? Now I'm trying to run this program. Here I'm getting first, you see here, when I have just loaded the class, what I have done, I have just loaded the class. So at the time of loading the class, two processings are there here. What is that two processing? One is static variable of a class, guys. Remember it, again I am saying, one is the static variable of a class, second one is the static block of a class, correct? Once again I am repeating it. At the time of loading the class, only two things are being done. One which is there at the one which is important thing which is being done is allocating the memory for a static variable of a class, and the second important point is that allocating the memory for which one now, or processing the static block of a class, right? This is the two important things which has been done in these cases. What is that? Allocating the memory for the static variable, and again that is the instance, you can say static block processing. Well, now here what I will do now, I am creating, so say here I'm creating one object of a class. So let's say I'm creating one object of a class. See here, and in this object creation technique itself, I haven't passed anything. What I have done, I have not given any parameter. I have not specified any kind of parameter inside this case. Okay, when I have not specified any parameter, you will just notice here that I have not specified well any kind of parameter into this case, correct? When I have not done anything, so in these all things, I'll try to load, I'm trying to create I'm trying to compile this program, and well after this you see here, JTC 20, see what we were looking at, Ab dhyan do aap, you just have a look at this output. Are you able to see this output? Guys, if you are getting any questions, you can please write in the chat box. Okay. Are you able to see this output, guys? If you are able to see this output, you will understand what the previous things we have seen again and again. Correct it is? Now you see. This is a default constructor processing which has been done into this case, correct? Default constructor is being processed. Well, so now I'll just explain it how, just focus it on this. Now, have a look this side. See, whenever we have created any object of a class, correct? So at the time of object creation, so see what output we have got. Here, friends. What output we have got? The output what we have got here is, see, I'm just removing this point. The output what we have got here is, understand it in this case. The one is first, see, SB in hello, and again it is printing 30. Okay, that is a different concept now here. But when we have created any object of a class, so first, see, instance variable. So instance variable A and B, these both are the instance variable what we have, and for this both memory has been allocated into these cases, correct? For this both memory has been allocated, guys, correct? This is how it is being done. Second thing is, now after this your instance block is being processed, correct? And then after the constructor is going to be processed. So hope whatever as such I have explained here, you are compatible with the corresponding program also. If you are getting any questions in this, you are getting any doubt in this, guys, please you can comment in the comment box here, correct? So hope now here you are getting the complete understanding of, what complete understanding of? A constructor processing, how this is being done, what is the again processing which is happening inside this, correct it is? So if you are getting again any questions and in this, any doubt in this, we will discuss it, correct? Now in tomorrow's class, guys, I will tell you what we will discuss. In tomorrow's class we will discuss what we will discuss? We will discuss this keyword and its processing and internal and many important interview questions based on constructor which are being asked in interviews based on fresher also, as well as on the basis of experience also it is being asked, right? So that everything we will be discussing in tomorrow's class. And on this itself, on this channel itself, you will get, after a few minutes you will get one event, and you can just click on the bell icon of that event so that you can get notified, guys. And please keep on liking, sharing and all. When static block will execute, whenever your class will be loaded, whenever your class will be loaded, at that time your static block is going to be processed. And the number of ways a class can be loaded, correct? So class loading, different techniques are there that already we have discussed in the previous classes. You can go through the previous videos. that how that class is being loaded and what all other things are being done. Correct? Constructor we cannot declare it is in static. There is no concept of declaration of a constructor it is in static. We cannot declare. So these all different type of questions we will discuss tomorrow in the same class, guys. Correct it is? And it's a humble request for all of you that we are not asking any other kind of support, just your support is to share it on social media and all other platforms, whichever you are in connected it, so that we can more and more number of students can know about all these things here. Correct it is? So good night to all of you, and if you have any questions, guys, you can please write in the comment box. I'm here to answer it. Any questions? And tomorrow again we will discuss constructor itself, but again many other different types of concepts on the basis of constructors we will be discussing here. Correct? So any questions on the basis of this, you can please ask. No questions? Any questions, guys? Any questions, any doubts, you can ask. And maybe if you don't have any questions, any doubts, you can. Okay, fine. So please keep on liking it. Those who came new, like the video and share it. And good night to all of you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for coming to the class. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Good night to all of you. Good night to all of you. Good night. Yes, I am taking live classes daily, Abhi. Every day you will get the live classes. In some day I am missing, then it is a, but anyways I am taking here the daily live classes. You can inform, you can share it, you can find it in your group and all other places. Correct, guys? Okay, so thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. Okay.